Hello there guys, my name is Gimpy Dwarf and welcome back to another episode of the Space Engineers Spotlights. Today the video is coming a bit late because I've been trying to get some stuff done for Fallout 4, but I assure you we are looking at something that is very cool and very interesting. Now the ship we are looking at is called the RSS 1115 HIADAL, and it's by a guy called Renks, who seems particularly new to the workshop scene, and he has done a remarkably better version of the Whizzing Arrow Mark III, and it does look absolutely mental. Now I wanted to look at this ship because it is an exploration ship. It does feature features that can be used within, you know, the planet environment and all that sort of stuff. It does use the hydrogen thrusters and all that sort of stuff, and it generally looks freaking cool and industrial. And I love ships like this that just, you know, go out of their way to look beautiful, and the way the cockpit's done, just the way that he's used blocks just looks absolutely phenomenal. And he's even got some really nice folding bits and bobs, and they work like a charm. Now I will say this guy is considerably talented when it comes to the use of pistons and rotors, because what he has managed to do with this and the Whizzing Arrow is quite remarkable, with how he's got the folding parts operational and the boosters and things like that. They're really cool. On this ship we do have folding tails of sorts, or spoilers as he calls them, on the back end, which do help with flights and all that sort of stuff, or they, you know, we hope they help with flight. Now these are held on quite strangely. Well, they've got these conveyors that rotate them, but he does have landing gear that hold them in place, which is really good of him. And yeah, it's just a generally awesome ship to look at and fly. Now there are a few other features, and the main purpose of this ship, from what I believe, is, he doesn't actually state the ship class, but I believe it's an exploration vehicle. And basically his description is 3 people can fly around in this and explore the galaxy. So I'm guessing it is an exploration vehicle. There isn't particularly too many, or any for that matter, of guns, so you know that there's no, well, there's only one gun on the bottom, so there isn't really any other way of fighting back against any enemies, but it does have a gun for just a general purpose sort of thing. So yeah, I would say this is definitely an exploration craft. So we're going to move on in to the craft. Now I'm already inside this because I've been having a gander, but I'll just look down and wander all the way over here. Now before I actually use the ramp on this thing, I just want to say that the ramp does fold in 2 parts, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But on the inside you will come up the ramp, and then you've got this like cockpit back here. Now I believe this cockpit is just for the turret guy and sort of general usage. As you see here, we got the activate the rear console, so if we hit 1, we activate this, which folds down quite nicely. Love that, and it does look really cool, just folding down and the seat turning on. We can then watch the seat camera, so we can actually see if anything's behind us and all that gubbins, which is quite cool. And then we've also got a bunch of different camera views and stuff, and whatever, this is a rotatable camera by the looks of things. Is it? I think so. And then we also have the door open and close, which is behind us, so that's pretty cool. Now if we hit 1 again, get rid of that. Actually we need to go 1 again, there we go. If I actually jump back into this cockpit, we do have other controls, I believe. I believe so. Where are those other buttons gone? I am completely lost. I don't know. What if I turn that off? There we go. So we do have, okay, so that is the turret up top. So if I hit 3, is that a turret? Oh, this is the under turret. Okay, so we do have control of that turret. There we go. I was just being a bit dumb. But we do have those controls. Really nice. I really like the industrial look of this thing. How he's got some smaller blocks here, just giving it a bit more detail. And he's got some jagged surfaces as well, with a few windows here, so you can see out just a little bit and get a glimpse of what's outside. Now the ramp does get held in place via landing gears again. It isn't, you know, pressurized or anything, but you can close this section off to allow for oxygen, so you can just close this door. And I don't believe there's any oxygen in here, but I think you can maybe make it oxygenated. But yeah, so In here we have 2 beds which are located in here. You have to crouch to really get into them. It does have oxygen in here, as you can see, but I believe we either have to turn that on or whatever, or it's just not turned on the world. So we do have some beds that we can lie in, and if you notice, the door shuts and lights turn off when I'm out of there, which is a little bit cool. So I can open it, lights come on, so they just clamber in. Once you clambered in, everything turns off, which is really nice, and you jump back out again. So you have the same on the other side with the same sort of things. And then we have this area, which is like you got a med station over here, just general med packs and supplies and storage areas with another air unit, an air vent. And then we have this seat here, which I'm unsure what exactly it's used for. Maybe it's just for somebody to monitor the ship's controls. You can go into here and look at everything that is in the ship, so you can monitor things from here, but it's really nice to have it rotatable, and it also locks back in place if you heard it when it rotated around just, it does actually lock back in place and stay where it is rather than wobbling around like some do. Now we have a bit more detail in here, just a few corners and edges and stuff is made use of some really strange edge blocks and things, which is really nice to see. And then, oh, I actually missed a room, I believe. Did I miss a room? I missed 2 rooms, actually. I always forget about these. We have a bathroom on here, which is pretty much just a toilet in a very small, confined room with just some sort of vent up here and a light, which is very nicely tucked away. And then we have this maintenance room. So, this room here, we've just got a bunch of screens, and I believe that's another camera. And then we've got just a bunch of boxes and stuff. What does this button do? Storage light. Okay, so we've even got a little light in here that turns on and off, which is quite quaint. So, as we move down this craft, we have 2 more doors. Now, these things are really cool because these are access hatches for the sides of the ship. So, if I were to crouch, I am able to crawl inside here and perform any necessary maintenance to the craft. I've got some panels here and just some general things you can access. And I do like this idea of having little crawl spaces to enable you to fix things and, you know, do the general stuff. It's really nice to have, and they tuck away really nicely, and you don't really notice them until you really look at the ship. So, next thing is the main cockpit. Now the main cockpit is, I like this. It looks very busy and very hectic, but it is all in all a very good cockpit. It's got quite a few bits of storage down here and some little odds and sods here with a bit of power screens and stuff. But if you jump in the seat, you'll hit 1, which basically turns you round. It shuts the back door, keeps you nice and oxygenated in here so you don't die if anything does depressurize. And then we have a few buttons. We have the rise, lower the main ramp, we have the deploy and retract landing gear, and we have the deploy and retract spoilers. So we can control everything from here. And then we also have the Portello Superior, which I believe if I hit those and jump out of this seat, oh, I'm actually outside now, poop, I'll have to try and get back in somehow. Start that, it will trigger, alarms go off, and open this back rear section, which does fold out really solidly, I must admit. But let's get up here and depressurize this whole thing. Whoopsie. And we'll head back in here and actually do it the proper way. If we go, if we actually do it properly, hit the button again, there we go, and go 9, there we go. And what we want is to come out of this and hit 1 again. I've done it again, standard. Basically what I was trying to show you is that actually opens up these roof sections here. There we go. So you can crawl at the top or climb at the top, which I believe deoxygenates everything. So we need to go back into the seat, do this, and close the door. So it's a bit like the space shuttle, the one that could actually land, and basically the back section opened up and allowed you to fly out and stuff. That's a good thing. However, it can be quite a dangerous thing if your men are in there and they could die if you opened it and they got sucked out into space. But oh well, there's plenty more people in the sea, right? So what we'll do is I think we will close the back door if I can see it from here, which is number 3. And that should start falling away. It does tuck away really damn nicely and fluidly, which is awesome to see. And I'm going to try and get into a position where I can fly this. Now, It does have a bit of handling issues, but that is generally down to space engineers and how it is when the gyroscopes kick in. Sometimes they don't kick in until you've actually turn the thrusters on, and it can be a little bit weird. But overall, this thing does fly okay. It's a bit sluggish, but what do you expect from a ship that is not really based for performance? It does look beautiful, but it's not really based to fly around quite rapidly and kill things. It is purely just exploration. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit 4 and we're going to hit 5. When we hit 5, if I can actually get it, the spoilers have gone up in it, and when I hit 4, the actual landing gears came down. Now what we can do with that, of course, is we can land this thing. So we're going to try and make touchdown, and we'll get that ramp back out again. Now they are a little bit flimsy, if you've noticed. They do have a little bit of give to them, but for what they are, they do the job quite nicely. We also have controls over the beacons here, so you can turn the beacons on and off and all that gubbins, so that's there. And we also have the option for turn the spotlights on and off on the front. So let's get out of here and go and view this thing with all of its features. Now I love how the doors open and close. You do glitch through them, but it's quite a nice feature just to have them open and close on their own. So as you can see here, if I turn my light on, these have tucked away really nicely. They lock in place again, and he's done a good job of making them fit into the spaces where needed, and you don't really notice them, so it's quite nice. And yeah, we just got some really nice use of the efficiency blocks and stuff. The modules are really, really nice, and again, it looks so industrial, it's unreal. It just looks gorgeous. So I think on that note, I'm going to end this. Again, sorry for the video coming out late. I have been sorting out a lot of things for Fallout 4, and I've been going absolutely mental over the fact that planets are said to be released by Marek on the 12th of this month, which is that's Wednesday. So hopefully there'll be some planet coverage as well in the next few days. But if you guys have enjoyed the ship, go check it out on the workshop. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, favourite, and of course subscribe for more. And be sure to check out some Fallout 4 content when that hits tomorrow, hopefully. And I will see you guys later. Peace.